are going to have to pull out some crazy champion X factor to get over this one, because game 1 was tough for them. Game 2 could be even harder. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and just looking at Pain's composition, that Trundle pillar allows for so much CC and damage to be here, right? The E Shock Blast from Jace, the Ari Charm. I mean, there's just so much that Trundle enables with his team, especially in this composition, that usually when you pick Trundle, you just pick him for the subjugate, and he's kind of just like a really big caster minion. He kind of just tries to get close to you, bonks you on the head, and tries to do what he can, but he provides so much more, especially with this team, and it's really nice to see Trundle pick intelligently here, I would say, on the side of Pain Gaming. Standard
Yeah.
runes across the board. We actually see Comet for Gragas here instead of maybe like a Phase Rush or a Grasp of the Undying. Yes. Yeah. But I think it's smart here. You're not going to get any Grasp procs. You're not really going to try
Into
to trade.
Jason.
Yeah. So I don't mind the Comet.
Yeah. I think it's fair enough, and we'll see what he chooses to go through for this build. If he just goes Everfrost, Fimbulwinter into tank, or if he maybe goes more and more AP and looks for a bit of burst, because once again, there's not huge amount of tankiness for Pain Gaming. Karaoke could get tanky if he robs it from Aegis, and then damage, of course, is going to be able to soak a lot of damage, as it were. But if he find, there's a lot of people that he can find, if he gets onto Trigo, even Wiser, if he catches him out looking for poke, AP Gragas can do a hell of a lot of hurt.
Oh yeah, especially if he gets those flash body slams into the double barrel combo. He does an unsuspecting amount of damage. It kind of harkens me back to the season 2, season 3 days of full AP Gragas. But those days are long gone. We're gonna see probably a standard 5 or 6 camp clear from Aegis here, right? Resets probably goes for the bottom or top scuttle, depending on if they've tracked Karaoke here. He's actually starting on the bot side here, and he's just going to enable Wiser, right? This is really smart. Guigo's not going to be able to do much. Wiser's going to be pushed up. He's going to kill the minions. He's going to take as much pressure as he can away from the rest of Pain Gaming and really become that, you have to answer me, and if you don't, I'm going to stomp your Gragas. I'm going to become super powerful, and I'm going to do so much damage onto your backline with these EQ Shock Blasts.
Exactly, as we see the jungler's heading towards the other side. There is that little ward on the bot side near the Raptors, so Pain Gaming will be able to find out what is going on with Aegis. And now Karaoke looks like he's heading over the river to make something of it, but Grevthar pops a little bit of vision down. They're well aware of this one, and so far they're tracking Karaoke fairly well. No one's dead yet. It's 2:45, and no one has died. It's a great success for Red in Game 2.
Yeah, you even see that river ward coming out from Red there, right? T10 and JoJo placed it right there, expecting something possibly.
Yeah.
And now Karaoke wasting a little bit of time. He's not going to be as strong. He's going to go for his red. Still has his Raptors and Krugs to clear. And as Trundle, those are probably the worst camps until you get some sort of, I would say either the Tiamat or some sort of AoE damage before you can really start cleaning those effectively. Scuttle is coming up, and Guigo actually getting the better of these trades right now.
Yeah, making Wiser work for every little bit of that lead he's extending. We could see in the bot lane that Titan and Jojo rubbing the hands together when the new Karaoke wasn't there, once again shoving Trigo and damage around in that bot lane, but this time it was safe, extending a little bit of a lead themselves, and they've got Aegis down there to support them. This bot side locked down for Red's Canid right now. This is what we want to see from them.
Yeah, and a slow early game from both of these teams, and I would say Red is favored in the scaling matchup. I know there's an Aphelios, but that's really all there is, right? You have Victor, you have Jinx, and right now Titan isn't 0-2, right? Last game he was 0-2 before the 4-minute mark. That's not a scaling Jinx, but
he's
now
doing great.
Yeah, he's farming up.
And
Actually,
this is
has a farm lead.
And this is 12.5B. We're not on 12.6 or even 12.7 yet. This Jinx is still, only, I think, maybe once partially nerfed by this point, just on 12.5B, to try and add more AD carries like the Ashe back into the meta, and the Lucian, which has kind of worked. But Jinx still a real menace down there. Has got that lead in bot lane, gone back and got the cull. So they are accelerating this Jinx towards the couple item spikes as fast as possible. They don't want to happen like game 1, where the Jinx never really got to get off the ground.
And damage is deep in the red side of Red Canids here. Is he gonna pay for it,
an
though?
expedition right there. But he's gone the right way, because the Trigo is not moving in the bot lane. So he's gone up towards his mid lane, where Dinketo might be able to assist. And he will actually get away and take the pink ward too.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get his pink is gonna get spotted out. JoJo's like,
Yeah.
you know what? There's no way he just came here for a sightseeing
Just
expedition.
to hang out.
Yeah. He's just, hey guys, what's up? I heard your side of the jungle is really nice here. Mine grass is
This
not
time
that
of year.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damage is Pincord gets taken out. Bot lane is getting pushed in. Titan and JoJo, they'll be happy to pick up this wave. They got the cull in hand, like you said. And Carioca, once again, with that bot pressure, though, and mid pressure, is going to take that super early dragon. And I'll say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Trajan. Cloud Drake is the single best Drake to have on its own because it guarantees a better soul.
Yeah, you'll never have it again. We got it out of
Yeah.
the way. Pain Gaming getting off before 6 minutes. Much appreciated, Karaoke. Not wasting any time keeping it on our screens. It's getting pretty low by it, but then we'll heal up at the end of it. Damage coming in for the assist. And Red Canids have got to be feeling a lot more comfortable right here. Yes, they, once again, didn't blind mid lane, but they opted back into another farming matchup, and they had to deal with the blind top lane. No one's dead. The gold is even. One Cloud Drake means basically nothing at this point in the game, so they are feeling good. Let's see if they can keep this stable, and maybe if Aegis can find some proactive plays of his own, and maybe they'll get to that better mid game as we go now. He's got level 6. Why is it level 6 really doesn't mean that much, and if he can get that barrel against the wall, it's going to get a little sketchy. Doesn't get the perfect angle. That would have been sensational, but now the damage with the shock blast come through from Wiser. Guigo fighting in the wave. That has the damage. One more auto, but he cancels it, and now the wave's chipping away at him. Wiser flips into that stasis form. He's healing up from the refill potion, dodges the shock blast though for Guigo, and they'll both step away. What a nail biter in top lane. Aegis maybe looking to finish it off.
Guigo failed geometry and gym class there, uncoordinated with his calculations and uncoordinated with his foot movement. That was a kill waiting to happen. I'm not allowed to talk. Trajan, another bot lane skirmish?
Oh, big damage fired though from Trigo. The Jojo dropping ever so low, and damage with the grey skin to keep himself alive. The shield will still result in him being very low. The wave now stacked up for Pain. They've rooted up Titan. The hook doesn't land from Jojo. Flash from Titan. It's first blood for Trigo. Damage and Trigo coming back 2 finals in a row. They get some revenge.
This bot lane was severely underrated in the prep, right? Trigo and damage. If you as Aegis.
Gotta get out of there, buddy. Charm, but there's the Toronto goes back in with the onslaught of shadows, and Guigo is here with big damage. Looking Grevthar around the corner. If he can stall long enough, maybe they can find the kill. Karaoke, the first to fall to Aegis. Dinkedo desperately trying to finish off something as Wiser drops to Aegis, and now Dinkedo is left all on his own. No flash, no spirit rush. Grevthar licking his lips, and Aegis charging forward with one final Q, and Red come out on top.
3 for 3 overall. The bot lane kill, the top lane skirmish. These teams are evenly matched. We look at the replay here. Karaoke and Dinkedo trying to get something onto Aegis. He's like, you know what? The blue buff's mine. I'm going to E out of here. Pillar comes out, but Guigo's coming in with the barrel, with the body slam, and Grevthar lurking behind, slithering like Randy Orton. Comes in with the Chaos Storm. Lasers abundant, and Dinkedo walks into death here. Aegis and Grevthar walking him down with the leash onto the Fox. Dinkedo's dead. It was beautifully stalled out from Red here, regardless of that bot lane play. Now, we're not done. They're going to go for this Herald here. Uncontested, I would assume. 5 men strong on the top side. Aphelios is going to get that bot lane to himself, though hopefully he doesn't have red and white. Actually, Guigo.
Oh, he's caught out here trying to heal himself up. The barrel will buy him some more time as the help is coming up the river. I don't think it's going to be enough time. Guigo will fall, and Jojo can't find the hook, as the minion wave will block him. But now they've got this lane swap enacted with Aegis there. Doesn't have any summoners, but they have a lot of power. And Wiser still already low. Super Mega Death Rocket puts him below 100. He's got to get out of here fast.
Yeah, Wiser's not allowed to go back into this tower right now. Takes the Super Mega Death Rocket down to, like you said, 100 HP. They're going to try to trade plates, but look, red and white on that bottom side. He's going to take that turret super quickly. Trigo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just hammering away at the turret. That's 4 plates to himself now. Can he get that 5th plate and the turret? Oh, Herald does come down.
They've got the Herald there. If they can get the charge off. Oh, and there it is, picked up by Titan just barely. And the bot lane tower lives, in fact, for Red Canids for now, as Guigo arrives just in the nick of time. And Trigo, I imagine, used up pretty much all of that red and white gun trying to get that one done. He did get solo plates onto this Aphelios, which is already 2-0, so that is going to be a strong AD carry coming into the team fights.
Yeah, like you said, the thing to note is that the gold was actually split between Aegis and Titan in the top lane, like you said. Wiser?
Wiser straight in with the Hecarim ultimate, not wasting a second into the chompers, and Titan finishing off the kill. Textbook up top for Red Canids.
Yeah, none the wiser to that gank coming out from Aegis and JoJo here. Kato, look it up, just pick the wave up, and finally Trigo's going to get it with the blue and purple guns. That's a lot of gold and local gold going to Trigo there. I mean, he's going to come back most likely with his mythic plus a little bit of extra as damage.
Yeah, it goes in with the Abyssal Voyage, but, you know, a Tahm Kench gank just doesn't really hit quite as different as a Nautilus gank. It's not the same.
Yeah, he kind of just dives in, gets stunned, and is like, you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm out of here. And the thing is, I mean, I respect the attempt, but Karaoke was there too. Like, there wasn't... If an Ahri was there, that probably works out better, but I guess they're just trying to pressure Grevstar off the wave, if anything. And now, things have kind of calmed down. Gold is pretty much even, but yeah, look at Trigo here. Zerker Greaves plus the Gale Force in hand, while on the side of Titan, all he has is a Cull and a Kraken Slayer. Gonna see if these fights can go a little bit differently. Dragon is up, but it looks like nobody's really trying to go for it.
Yeah, Pain happy to swap that one away as they already picked up that first cloud, so Pain will be picking up the plates on that top side. I tell you, this game should be... It feels like Pain Gaming, they came in on winner's side, in theory, to this Grand Finals, right? They won through the winners' finals, and Red had to fight their way back through. Given how just completely flowchart, this is exactly how Pain Gaming win games, Game 1 went. It feels like it was just a weighted Grand Finals. You know, they just came in with one win on the board already, and now Red, coming through from the loser's bracket, they've got to show up and do something new. And this game feels like they've actually shown up with a plan. You know, they're actually respecting what Pain are doing. They're holding down Wiser in the top lane. They were tracking Karaoke. This is what they should have been doing from the start.
And the Death Rocket, Super Mega Death Rocket comes out here just to maybe clear the wave. Misses entirely, actually. And Trigo gets another turret, not entirely to himself. Shares that with Wiser here, which he'll gladly do. Both of the carries so far for this series and in this game right now. And yeah, like you said, I think Red just properly adjusted. Titan's going to get this turret here as well, but is he going to die? No. He's going to pay for his sins.
Yeah, this is going to be a much more effective gank from damage. Lands the Q for the slow, and the chompers will be sidestepped around. Karaoke, Dinketo coming as well. They even dropped the ultimate on him. Titan, he'll get the turret, but no way out.
If you're a Titan here, you're saying worth. I mean, the dragon is down. You know, there's nothing really to gain from that death on the side of Karaoke and damage. They're probably just going to look to shove in a couple waves. No objectives are up. I think trading your life for that turret is fine, especially with that local gold. He picks up the Zerker Greaves, has the agility cloak in hand as well, can look to match Trigo. And really, we haven't seen a proper 5v5 come out, and it'll be interesting to see how Trigo navigates these fights. Does he Gale Force the Onslaught of Shadows? Does he flash the Body Slam from Gragas? So there's so much tiptoeing that Trigo has to do around the engage of Red, while Titan and Greftar are sitting pretty, I would say. They really only have to worry about the Ahri.
It's a great point, Shibby. I have been loving watching the AD carries of CBLOL slowly become more and more playmaking and exciting with these aggressive Aphelios Gale forces forward as the season has gone forward. And Trigo has been another of these quote-unquote quiet, you know, safe AD carries in the season, and I'm yet to see them make that same transition. We've already seen the 2v2 kill in this game. It's a good sign of things to come, and I would love if he Gale forces forward to get over that Onslaught of Shadows, doesn't Gale force backward. That's what I want to see from Trigo. Titan would do it. That's what I want.
Yeah, he might just do it. And really, a nice mid-game or mid-item adaptation from Aegis here. Goes for the Triforce instead of the full tank, just to make that Trundle pick not as useful, right? No, he's going to pretty much always have to ult Guigo here, pretty much, if he wants to get any notable stats. And I like the fact that Aegis is trying to go for that more one-shot. I'm going to Onslaught of Shadows, Devastating Charge, and uh-oh.
Well, there's the engage onto damage with the Onslaught of Shadows through, and they'll pop him before the shield can come through, but Wiser on the flank is going to get ulted by the depth charge. JoJo running interference. You've got to protect Titan. Guigo's done a fair bit of damage, but suddenly Wiser is caught in the trap as Guigo is holding the line near the tower. It's another successful play for the Canids.
And Wiser, I think he thought he was playing Gwen still. There was no hollowed miss, buddy. You flanked into four members of he flanked into 4 members of Red. Instantly got stunned, damaged, and was dropped within the matter of a second even. And really well played from Red. Damage he's been going on some journeys and finally got punished this one time from Red, and that just kicked off the whole fight. That's a second Herald going for Red Canids here. They're going to be up ever so slightly in gold. They're going to use this probably to crack the mid lane turret, most likely. And when that dragon comes up, but yeah, damage, just not respecting Engage at all, just walking in blind. So much coming out from Aegis and Teton. And you just look at Weiser. Beautiful shock blast, and then what happens?
Why is he still going?
He's stuck between five people.
There's no positive outcome at this stage for Weiser, you know, he cannot go through there. And look at that, Aegis already waking up here in game 2. Perhaps it is Pain that need to up their respect for Red Canids again in this game 2. They're throwing the pendulum right back.
Yeah, and I don't know if Weiser's going to go for those kind of flanks ever again this game. He did it once. He's like, you know what? Actually, never mind. I'm just going to stay in the back line and just shock blast them. Because he did a lot of damage, right? He got he got Teton down to half health with just one EQ. Greftar did play that fight really well. I think he's been doing very, very good on this Victor so far this series. And Aegis 3-0-3, having a much bigger impact than Trundle. I said I liked the Trundle pick preemptively, but there's just not much he can do, right? Didn't really get too many ganks off. Doesn't have a really good subjugate target. Gragas is still going to do Gragas things. Once he drops all of his CC and barrels and everything, he's pretty much just going to walk around and soak up as much damage as he can. And he's doing his job effectively. Guigo not getting hard smashed in lane. He's actually up CS, surprisingly. And now Red Canids have the inside track onto this Hextech Dragon, and we're going to have the Hextech Soul coming up soon.
Yeah, CBLOL keeping it exciting with only the spiciest souls for us in the grand finals. Much appreciated, Riot Brazil. But I gotta say, I don't love the use of Herald there by Red. Instead of splitting the focus with the Dragon, they just kind of drop it mid and then walk away as 5. And Pain Gaming just kill it as 5. So they kind of lost a bit of value there, but they are still now ahead in the Dragons. They're slightly ahead in gold. They're basically even on game state right now. And you've got the Jinx, you've got the Victor. They're more than happy with this, I feel.
Yeah, 20, essentially, like you said, dead even gold. Uh-oh, as I say that.
Oh, the damage gank, the classic coming through once again. They'll force the flash from Jinx, and that will be it once again. The damage gank. Oh, it's just, it's a bit mid, you know?
It's a bit mid, a mid gank and a mid Tom Kench in the mid lane. That is exactly how I feel. I mean, it was almost there. Trigo was coming in with the red and white guns. Dinkado, he's just like hanging around this corner looking.
That would have been sick.
Leona, Nautilus, maybe an Alistar. There's so many other champions that would have been better. I don't know. Look, you don't pick Tom Kench for that engage, right? Oh, Dinkado.
Oh, here's the return. Oh, they get the charm onto Teton, but they're not quite enough damage to follow up. Karaoke threatening with down diving behind the turret. And there goes the aggressive Gale for some Trigo. That's what we want to see, and they'll all get away alive. Greftar with big damage fired up the Chaos Storm. Guigo with the barrel takes down Trigo, flies forward with the ultimate, and makes it the 1-for-1.
Did Karaoke just walk up slowly and cue T10? I mean, that was just insane. He walked through and he said, you know what? I don't really care about these towers. Bang. I don't care about your team. I'm just going to walk up and chomp your Jinx, take a bite out of her AD. And like you said, Trigo aggressively Gale forcing forward. A 1-for-1 overall carry for carry thanks to Guigo's barrel. But just watch this replay. Dinkado gets the charm onto T10, and then look at Karaoke just walking up. You know what? I'm just going to take a bite out of that. Trigo, you can finish it off. And now this is where Pain overstays. They overstayed their welcome here. Greftar gets a massive laser. Guigo's going to come in. Yeah, that guy's dead. He's 1 HP on the side of Trigo here. And 1-for-1 overall, but Red actually come out on top, 33.5 to 33K. It's about a 500 gold lead for them.
This is what I love about Red Canids. It's the I didn't hear no bell attitude. That they will never just let you take a kill and walk away. They're like, no, we're going to TP in. We're going to ult flash you. We're making this even one way or another. You know, they will never let you get away with anything for free. And that is so critical. They're taking down that super fed carry for Trigo. It's a big gold injection for Guigo as well, shutting down that Aphelios. And it just keeps the game right back to this even. You know, they're not ever letting Pain Gaming take control of the map like they did in game 1.
Yeah, and Teton and Trigo are even on items, right? I mean, Gale Force, Bloodthirster versus Kraken Slayer and PD, definitely different item costs for both of these carries, but essentially they're effectively pumping out relatively the same amount of damage. And you look at Guigo's side, again, really good item adaptation. Don't know if they need the double Frozen Heart, though, as Aegis has already went it. But I guess they're assuming that maybe if Guigo or Aegis die mid-fight, they can still have that debuff applied onto the attack speed, or essentially from Trigo and Kyriok here, right? Even Wiser to an extent is auto-attacking as well, but I think double Frozen Heart might be a bit of a misstep. I would have loved to see maybe the I'm so sorry. The Frozen Heart, and then there's the
Randuin's?
Randuin's. There we go.
There we go.
Randuin's Omen. Yeah, I would have loved to see the Randuin Omen specifically onto Guigo here, because he's going to be flashing in. He's going to be body slamming. He's going to be able to get that slow off a lot more reliably. Plus, the mana on Aegis is going to do a lot more.
For sure. So we'll see if they'll choose to go down that right. Of course, Gragas likely to finish off that Winter's approach into the Fimble Winter next. He's got that tier stacking up. And Aegis 3-0-3 this game, well ahead of the curve, looking way more active in this game. Has been the one leading the charge on the early plays and on the mid game as well, literally just diving in with the Hecarim ultimate with the follow-up from Red Canids, looking very much more comfortable. Now, we've got a dragon in 30 seconds. Last time, Red took it uncontested. Let's see if Pain Gaming are willing to give this one up as easily, even though right now, no one's really heading towards it. Looks like Pain might get river control first.
Yeah, Grafthar actually just ticked 13 here, so he has 2 maxed out abilities. There's no way they're just doing
Oh, they're doing the ward, okay. That's a bit crazy.
Almost. Oh my! It looked like it from our angle, right? When you can see the mini map.
Yeah.
In gaming does. Oh.
Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on right here, but Damage is just going to walk away from that one. Thumbs up from Guigo. Yeah, same, to be honest. But Pain will, once again, still have vision control at least, but they are ceding ground to Red right now. But Dekeno goes over and gets absolutely minced in the river, not allowed to breathe on that flash over the wall. And now in the 4v5, it's got to be Reds.
That was just pure mental damage from Guigo, right? He's like, you know what? I don't need my barrel to win this fight. And Dekeno was like, you know what? Actually, yeah, I could go in too. And it just dies instantly. Gets locked up, CC'd, and like you said, minced like garlic there pretty much. And now, mid lane turret. Just don't hold this. Oh my god, a beautiful!
They've got the dive, but they don't find any key targets. Trigo, though, is locked up by Jojo. He'll take the kill for himself. The support earns it. The support takes the credit as Titan now stepping forward aggressively. But that tower is very healthy. They've got to take that one kill and get out.
Yeah, health bars are relatively low on the side of Red here. But Guigo and Greftar, Guigo has that innate healing, and Greftar is pretty healthy right now. They don't have the carries recently, the attack damage carries take down the tower, but I don't think Wiser can hold this, man. You just back off, catch the wave onto the second tower, and leave. And that was just a beautiful onslaught of shadows. A 4-man onto PNG, Pain Gaming here, and Trigo suffers from it, right? Just dies almost instantly. I didn't even see where he went.
Just trampled literally under the hooves. Didn't quite have the flash. Does have it now, so does have a little bit more options. Got the Gale Force as well, and is still stacking up those items, so maybe he'll have more luck next time around. But besides that 2 versus 2 kill, we haven't really seen too much. He's been held down in the fights. He's been focused out very, very well, whereas Titan has been allowed to get a little bit more done. As we now head towards this mid-game at 23 minutes. So we've seen that Red, they're the ones making the plays. They're pushing in the turrets. They don't really have enough control, I think, to push really easily for anything more. So are you expecting them to just hold out for the next dragon fight when they can fight for the soul, or do you want to see them do anything before then?
I don't think they're pressed to do anything proactive, right? They, like you said, they can wait for that dragon. They can maybe just set up vision around Baron, clear it out, and probably try to bait Pain Gaming into this. But if they try to force anything, Wiser can end with the EQ Shock Blast. They have a lot of pick potential on the side of Pain Gaming. So if Red forces anything and they misstep ever so slightly, you know, Ari Charm comes out, Trundle Pillar comes out, you have a dive coming out from damage, right? The Abyssal Voyage. There's a lot of damage they can return if you don't respect them. And it looks like Red just has the better 5v5 team fight. Onslaught of Shadows. Guigo has been relatively good with his engage and barrels, other than that last ultimate that we saw, but he's been doing work on this Gragas, and Titan and Greftar have been able to navigate these fights really, really effortlessly. I don't think Dinkato has really done much other than that dive in the mid lane. It just feels like PNG or Pain Gaming have just been kind of silenced roughly from this, I would say the 15-minute mark onwards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They didn't seem to have any kind of driving force in the mid lane with the farming matchup, and then Karaoke, as you mentioned earlier, not really achieving anything on the map. Unlike Aegis, who was successfully holding down that ever-present strong side top lane for them in Wiser, and then Trigo and Damage, they got a 2v2 kill, yeah, but then they just got lane swapped away, and Titan and Jojo were like, okay, we're just not going to talk to you anymore. We're just going to go up top lane. So they didn't really get that much off the lane advantage. It's been well navigated by Red, and we can see them not really stepping too far. They're sending the tanks in first. They're not face checking with anyone silly. Even Titan has, decided to stand behind his tanks for once, which is we love to see. And they've got that Baron control.
Yeah, and Teton is really, I think if Red just wait a couple more minutes, maybe like 1 minute or another couple waves, Teton probably picks up this IE that he's waiting on, right? He
Oh,
has the
yeah.
most expensive components, got the BF sword and pickaxe in hand, probably gonna back for that IE, and once he gets that, he's gonna be a menace in these team fights. That 3-item
There it
Jinx is
is.
gonna hurt a lot more than the 3-item Aphelios, in my opinion, because Aphelios is so reliant on the kinds of guns he has. If he has blue and white, he's not going to be doing that much damage. He needs either red and white, or maybe he needs Infernum. Like, it's very dependent on what he rolls or what rotates in his gun arsenal. So I think if they just wait a little bit, go to the objective, use your big beefy boys in Guigo, Aegis, and Jojo, and just muscle Pain out, because Pain right now,
Yeah.
they just can't walk in. Karaoke's
They
an
don't.
R-bot.
Exactly. It just doesn't feel like they have the tools to make anything of it. As now we are less than a minute towards this dragon. Red Canids still just kind of farming it out nice and safe, not leaving any openings. Pain Gaming probably happy enough to be given a chance to farm. They do have some items coming through. They've got 2 completed on Ari. They're close to that 3-item mark, as you said, on Trigo, but I wonder if he'll have that in time for the dragon. Not having the Lord Doms against that front line is going to really hurt him in his ability to affect that team fight.
Yeah, and they just, look, Red is just muscling their way into the river of the Dragon River, right? And what does Dinkato really do? He's gonna get a charm. Oh, actually, does a lot of damage. Wait a minute.
No MR to be spoken of, really, for
Yeah.
Aegis with the Triforce Frozen Art and the Tabby, so he's going to have to heal himself up, go for it. He's actually going to go for a base and come back quickly as possible. That means likely that Pain are going to get this river back, as Teton eats a shock blast to the face.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Pain have to do, right? If they want to get objectives, they want to get the positioning on, they have to poke out, they have to get the charm, and yeah, no MR really suffers, but Aegis is here. They might just flip it. Obviously, they have 4 chances.
Aegis is in the pit. Karaoke's looking for it, but he goes to engage. Karaoke, the jungler's going to go down for Pain before he gets a chance. And now that's the soul completed. Hextech soul for Red this game. What can it give them in this fight? They're looking for Trigo, looking for Dinkato. Onslaught of Shadow still available, and Damage will not survive the fight. Now the reset Jinx gets really very excited. Grevthar finds a couple of kills. That is a powerful win for Red.
Trajan, I am so sorry that I, went in on Guigo. I apologize for the Guigo slander.
Right?
That ultimate was probably the most beautiful Gragas ultimate I've ever seen. It zones Pain Gaming completely off of the dragon, and Karaoke pays for his sins because he's in the dragon pit by himself. If we get a replay, Guigo is the hero of that fight. I will take no other player as player of the game for this. Look at this replay. Look at what Guigo does. Oh my god, beautiful ultimate. And then you just see Red cleaning up, takes the dragon, takes Pain Gaming's life, and what does Wiser do? He's on the back line. He's like, you know what? I'm going to try to kill Guigo. Never mind. I don't got enough damage. It's my time is over. My time was laning phase. I didn't do much here. Pain Gaming gets obliterated in that fight. And yes, scream. That was just amazing. That was beautiful from Guigo.
Yeah, tell him, Aegis. Let him know Red Canids came to play here in Game 2. Looking at almost a 7,000 gold lead with the soul in their favor. Every fight just goes better and better for them. They are not going to be taken lying down in this series. We knew they weren't going to be. That's just not how the Canids play the game. But Licks, they're going to put at least 1 win on the board likely if they can sew this one up. They do still have to break the base, but with the soul in their pocket, with the Baron in their pocket, they've got a lot on their side.
This is Soul. This is Baron, like you said. They have the siege ready, right? With Gragas, they can just play an easy 1-4. They don't have to 1-3-1. Grevthar and Titan are really, really fed. Another BF sword, and now the stopwatch coming out. Oh my god. Another beautiful
They
barrel.
really want Guigo right now. Nikito doesn't find either of the CCs. Guigo just sidesteps them both, and Aegis on Vision is likely going to dissuade it, looking for the re-engage now, as Weiser gets knocked over by Aegis, and now Red Grefthar and Jojo looking for the flank behind them. Trigo and Damage not in range. Red are running rings around Pain Gaming in their own side of the map, and Titan has been pushing the wave this whole time.
Oh, can he get the Q? Can he get one more?
All the lightning, there it is. And Teton has been engaged on his own, but they will not get away with this one for free, I don't think. We've got the red and white guns for Trigo. They've got to be careful on this engage, as he does have a lot of damage, but there's the shield. Jojo and Aegis just wailing on him with the CC chain. Even Aphelios can't get rid of this one. There's the double for the Hecarim, and there goes the mid inhib.
This is there goes the game, right? I'm pretty sure they can just end it here. They have Grefthar up. TP's coming in from Guigo. They don't need Jinx. They just need 4 members strong of Red. Yeah, and this is the game. This is 1-1 for Red, unless Karaoke can stop this. I don't
coming out giving a little bit of a dance show for them, and Weiser's coming off as well, but the Nexus already exposed with such a fat front line for Red Canids. No hope for Pain to stop this going to 1-on-1. I'm not going to say it, Shibby. I'm not going to say what everyone says when you go to 1-on-1. I'm sure everyone who watches a lot of LoL esports knows